big run at the end. James off the steal. James spins, layup, banks it home.
Hit by LeBron up near the timeline. LeBron goes to work, fires a three for the win. LeBron James, the defining player.
What if I told you there was a season when one player redefined dominance in basketball? In 2018, LeBron James didn't just play the game, he mastered it. A season where he carried a fractured team, defeated impossible odds, and became the unstoppable force the league feared. Stay with me because what you're about to hear will change the way you see greatness. When we think about legendary seasons in the NBA, a few names come to mind. Jordan in '96, Kobe in '06, but there's something uniquely special about LeBron James in 2018. This wasn't just a year for stats or awards. It was about resilience, basketball IQ, and an unrelenting will to win. This was the season when LeBron turned every doubter into a believer, proving that even when the odds are stacked, the king still reigns. So how did he do it? Let's go back to where it all began. It's the summer of 2017, and the Cleveland Cavaliers have just suffered a brutal finals loss to the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant's arrival in the Bay Area created a juggernaut, and Cleveland was no match. But the real shock came just weeks later. Kyrie Irving, the other half of Cleveland's superstar duo, demanded a trade. Citing his desire to step out of LeBron's shadow, Kyrie's exit sent shockwaves through the league. For LeBron, it wasn't just a roster shakeup, it was personal. Kyrie's departure left a void that no trade could fill. Cleveland scrambled to rebuild, acquiring Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, and a few other pieces. But let's be honest, this roster wasn't built to contend. Critics said the Cavaliers were done. The stage was set for one of the most challenging seasons of LeBron's career. Fast forward to October 2017. Opening night. The Cavaliers faced Kyrie Irving's new team, the Boston Celtics. This wasn't just a game, it was a message. LeBron didn't hold back. He dropped 29 points, pulled down 16 rebounds, and dished out 9 assists. But what stood out was his fourth quarter dominance. With the game on the line, LeBron took over, sealing a nail-biting win. And in the final moments, when Kyrie's three-pointer at the buzzer clanked off the rim, it felt like poetic justice. This was LeBron's way of saying, "I'm still the king." 9 games into the season, the Cavaliers were 4-5. The media questioned their chemistry, their defense, and even LeBron's ability to carry this team. Then came the game against the Washington Wizards, a night that will forever be etched in NBA history. LeBron erupted for 57 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists, shooting an incredible 67% from the field. He controlled every aspect of the game, scoring at will, finding open teammates, and even playing lockdown defense. At 33 years old, in his 15th season, LeBron was doing things that defied logic. It wasn't just a performance, it was a declaration. LeBron wasn't slowing down, he was evolving. LeBron's heroics didn't stop there. Over the next few weeks, the Cavaliers went on an 11-game winning streak. During this stretch, LeBron was unstoppable. He hit game winners, racked up triple-doubles, and made highlight plays that left fans and analysts speechless. One game against the Sacramento Kings stood out. With the Cavaliers looking to set a franchise record 13th straight win, LeBron delivered in the clutch. He drove to the basket for a go-ahead layup and then nailed a dagger three-pointer to seal the victory. Moments like these weren't rare. They were routine for 2018 LeBron. By mid-December, Cleveland had won 19 of their last 21 games. LeBron was putting up MVP numbers, averaging nearly 28 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds per game. The team's success was a direct reflection of his brilliance. Without him, they were average. With him, they were contenders. But just as quickly as things came together, they fell apart. After a Christmas Day loss to the Warriors, the Cavaliers spiraled into dysfunction. Over the next 6 weeks, they went 6-13, with LeBron still producing, but the team crumbling around him. The roster was too old, too slow, and too inconsistent. Frustrations boiled over, and it became clear that changes were needed. Enter Lee GM. At the trade deadline, the Cavaliers overhauled their roster, trading 6 players and bringing in a younger, more athletic group. Gone were the aging veterans. In came players like Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson. The message was clear. The team was being rebuilt around LeBron's unique abilities. Just one day before the trade deadline, LeBron put on a show against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a performance that felt like a final farewell to his outgoing teammates. He dropped 37 points, hit a game-saving block on Jimmy Butler, and capped it all off with a fadeaway buzzer beater to win the game.
Down Osman. Butler with 4 seconds left. Butler denied by James, and Smith calls a timeout. Heads up play by Smith as he turned and called the timeout after the rejection from James. James, catch, fire, ball game! He did it! LeBron James wins it for Cleveland!
It was vintage LeBron, clutch, unstoppable, and undeniably brilliant. With the new-look Cavaliers in place, LeBron shifted into another gear as the calendar turned to March. Over the month, he averaged 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists, shooting 55% from the field. He was everywhere, hitting buzzer beaters, throwing no-look passes, and delivering jaw-dropping dunks that left defenders helpless. One of the most memorable moments came against the Toronto Raptors, where LeBron dismantled the East's top seed with a combination of fadeaway jumpers and impossible finishes at the rim.
Love, he's got 3 of them. Cavaliers come the other way. In first place in the Central, LeBron at the tip right there. Great outlet by Love, and 2 for LeBron.
Team and what Dwayne Casey has done with them.
There's LeBron inside.
It was clear that playoff LeBron had arrived early. By the end of the regular season, LeBron had played all 82 games for the first time in his career, leading the league in minutes while putting up one of his best statistical seasons. The Cavaliers finished 4th in the East, but no one doubted that LeBron was the ultimate X-factor heading into the playoffs. The playoffs began with a wake-up call. The Cavaliers faced the Indiana Pacers in the first round, and Game 1 was a disaster. Cleveland was blown out by 18 points on their home floor. The narrative was set. LeBron couldn't carry this team. But LeBron doesn't back down from challenges. He thrives on them. Game 2 was his response. LeBron erupted for 20 points in the first quarter alone, making a statement that echoed through the league. He finished with 46 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists on 70% shooting. The Cavaliers tied the series, but the Pacers weren't done yet. They took Game 3 in Indiana, putting Cleveland on the brink of trouble. Game 4, another LeBron masterpiece. He dropped 32 points, grabbed 13 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists, tying the series yet again. Then came Game 5, the defining moment of the series. With the game tied and just seconds left, LeBron blocked Victor Oladipo's layup attempt and hit a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. The King was in his element, and the Cavaliers were back in control.
Oladipo matched up with James, 5 to shoot. Oladipo makes his move, drives to the rim. Oh, it's blocked by James! Timeout, Cleveland. 3 seconds left. Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds, 1 second to the win. Oh! LeBron James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
After a blowout loss in Game 6, the series came down to a decisive Game 7. This was LeBron's domain. He delivered 45 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists, carrying Cleveland to the second round. Here's the jaw-dropping stat. No teammate scored more than 20 points in any game during this series. LeBron didn't just lead the team, he was the team. Next up, the top-seeded Toronto Raptors, a team that had nightmares about LeBron. By now, he had earned the nickname LeBronto, and this series only reinforced it. Game 1 was a heartbreaker for Toronto, as LeBron dished out 13 assists and orchestrated an overtime win. Game 2, a demolition. LeBron scored 43 points, slicing through the Raptors' defense like a hot knife through butter. But the highlight of the series came in Game 3. With just seconds left, LeBron drove the length of the court and hit an absurd one-handed floater off the glass to win the game. It was a moment that crushed Toronto's spirit and sealed their fate.
Some pressure here.
And now the big thing is make sure you do not foul anybody here on the dribble.
It's going to be James.
Sure, here it is. See, it's under
3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
The Cavaliers completed the sweep, and LeBron moved on to his 8th straight Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics awaited LeBron in the next round. While Kyrie Irving was sidelined with an injury, Boston's young core, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, was formidable. The Celtics took games 1 and 2 at home, pushing Cleveland to the brink. But LeBron thrives in adversity. In Game 3, he responded with a 44-point explosion, keeping Cleveland alive. Game 4 saw another dominant performance, a 40-point triple-double that tied the series. But Boston wasn't done. They took Game 5, putting Cleveland on the edge of elimination. Game 6 was vintage LeBron. With the Cavaliers' season on the line, he delivered 46 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, forcing a Game 7 in Boston. And in that decisive game, LeBron was at his absolute best. He recorded 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists, including a series-clinching and 1 in the final minutes. The Cavaliers were headed back to the finals, and LeBron's legacy as the ultimate playoff performer was cemented. The finals were a daunting challenge. LeBron faced the Golden State Warriors dynasty lineup of Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. The odds were insurmountable, but LeBron wasn't backing down. Game 1 was one of the greatest performances of his career. LeBron scored 51 points, the 5th most in finals history, while adding 8 rebounds and 8 assists. He was unguardable, hitting shots from every spot on the court and bullying his way to the rim. But the game is remembered for all the wrong reasons. With the score tied in the final seconds, J.R. Smith inexplicably dribbled out the clock, thinking the Cavaliers were ahead. The game went into overtime, and the Warriors capitalized, taking the win. Despite LeBron's heroics, the Cavaliers couldn't keep up with Golden State's firepower. They were swept in 4 games, but the story of 2018 wasn't about the finals outcome. It was about LeBron's individual brilliance, his ability to elevate a flawed team to unimaginable heights. When we talk about 2018 LeBron, we're not just talking about stats, though his numbers were incredible. We're talking about the way he played the game. His basketball IQ was unmatched. He read defenses like a chess grandmaster, anticipating every move before it happened. His passing was surgical, threading needles that no one else could see. And his ability to take over in clutch moments was nothing short of legendary. LeBron's 2018 season was the culmination of years of greatness. It was as if every version of LeBron, young high flyer, Miami powerhouse, 2016 finals hero, merged into one unstoppable force. He carried a team that had no business being in the finals and made us believe in the impossible. 2018 wasn't just a season for LeBron James, it was a legacy. It was a year that reminded us why we love basketball, why we marvel at greatness, and why LeBron is one of the greatest to ever play the game. Whether you're a fan or a critic, there's no denying the brilliance of 2018 LeBron. The question isn't whether this was his greatest season, it's whether we'll ever see anything like it again.